Hello there, I'm Dave Andrews for HelpVids, and today I'm going to show you how to configure the Microsoft Windows XP firewall. To begin, let's click on the Start button and then go to Control Panel. Now make sure that you are in the Classic view. On the left hand side here you'll see Switch to Classic View, and that'll be the view that contains the most icons over here on the right. Now I'm going to go into the Windows Firewall section. As you can see, it's telling me that my firewall is currently on. I can leave it on, or I can turn it off simply by clicking on Off and On. That's how you toggle the firewall to actually run. Now, with the firewall running, we can set exceptions. So let's go up to the Exceptions tab. As you can see, there are many already programmed in exceptions, but you have several options here. You can add a specific program that will be allowed to break through your firewall, or you can add a specific port if you know what ports you need to open up in your networking connections. I'm just going to do program right now by clicking on Add a Program. And that's going to bring up an interface that lets me add in a new exception to my Windows firewall based upon a particular program. Now it will by default come up with a list of the programs that you have installed, or you can click the Browse button and actually go and find the executable file for that program. I'm just going to choose one of these programs here and click OK. Now that program has specifically been allowed to go through my Windows firewall. If I uncheck that, that program will no longer have that exception set for it, and it won't be allowed to break through. So checking that allows the connections to open up. Now I'm going to go to the Add Port section, and here you can add in specific ports that are allowed to go through your firewall. For instance, I'm going to use port 5900, which is a common port for Windows VNC, or not necessarily Windows, but it also runs on other operating systems. So I'm going to call it 5900 VNC, just so I know what it is, and the port number 5900. Now I can choose whether or not it's a TCP protocol or a UDP protocol. I'm going to leave that as TCP and click OK. Now as you can see, I now have a program 5900 VNC that is set as an exception in my firewall, and I can turn it off by unchecking it or turn it back on by checking it. So that's how you go and turn your Windows firewall on, which is something I would recommend doing to prevent unauthorized access to your computer. And also from there, you set exceptions to allow programs that you actually want to act as servers to run on your computer. Just click OK to save your changes. I'm Dave Andrews for HelpVids, and I've just showed you how to configure the Windows XP firewall.